How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 5 of our West Ham United career mode on FIFA 16. Really excited to get back into it. We are going to have a ton of action for you in this episode. 3 games, some player training, all kind of stuff to get through as we want to get this season up and running. No press conference, nothing like that. I will do a press conference next episode, though, if I do have some questions. So shoot me your questions out, anything about the team. Really, anything you want to ask me. It's an Ask Moose Anything kind of press conference the way I'm feeling about it. So if you want to do that, go ahead. But we have a little bit of training underway. I decided to mix up the training. I have Oxford and Samuelson there, so I focus on some of the younger guys. That's really what we want to develop, so we have a really strong second team. I'm actually going to use eventually the Scout a Future Star, because you're not always guaranteed for them to be a future star, really good player. They end up with an overall somewhere between 80 to whatever, but they're not necessarily guaranteed to be 90 plus overall or anything like that. So I think we're going to use that, and we're going to train that player up. We're going to train them up, get them to be a real club legend. That's really the way I'm thinking about it. But we do go up into a matchup against Leicester City. Adrian in goal, Jenkinson, Ogbonna, Reed, Cresswell, Chiate Noble, Lanzini, Moses on the wings, Payet behind Sacco. So really the same line we ran with against Arsenal, with the exception of Jenkinson coming back into the team because he couldn't play against Arsenal because he was an Arsenal loanee. On the other side, for Leicester, they don't have Mahrez or Vardy in the lineup, which is phenomenal for us because those are the two guys that are just tearing it up right now. Okazaki will be leading the line. Some good players, though. Conte, who was linked with us for a little bit, Dyer, Kremer, some decent players still, regardless. But Payet with the first real chance in the 21st minute as he does sky a volley over the top of the goal. But Diafra Sakho latches onto a loose ball behind Danny Simpson. He gets in on goal. Through. Can he score? He can. Diafra. What a finish from Sakho. Beautiful goal. And just like that, we're 1-0 up here at home, trying to turn things around. Obviously, we gave away a late lead against Arsenal on I thought it was undeserved penalty. A couple of your comments have said that you thought it was deserved, but hey-ho, we'll agree to disagree. But we're trying to hold on to this lead now as Diafra Sakho's given us the lead. Great goal from him, and it is 1-0 to West Ham United. Come on, you Irons. Noble plays the ball, and Jenkinson flicks a header on, and the right back gets forward, nearly scores, but it's straight into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. Another good chance as Schmeichel punches away as far as Cresswell, and we know he loves to bang him. Oh, really good chance for Aaron Cresswell, but it does go over the goal. First real chance for Leicester, though. Okazaki finds Danny Simpson. Adrian with a heroic save to keep the ball out of the back of net. Now into the second half here. Aaron Cresswell finds Victor Moses. He lays Mark Noble through. Beautiful bit of passing, but is shot straight to the chest of Schmeichel. Into the 74th minute. Now Okazaki finds the ball into Mahrez, who's come on as a substitute, and he does have a very good chance, but Adrian does well to save again. And Leicester pressing forward. Mahrez into Okazaki. He's turned inside, lays it in to Gökhan Inler, and he skies it into the roof of the net. Hits it very hard, and Leicester have found their equalizer. That's the second time we've given up an equalizer past the 70th minute. Obviously, against Arsenal was in the 86th minute or so. This one in the 79th, but Gökhan Inler, all credit to him. It's a great finish. One last chance here. 84th minute for Lanzini. Plays the ball into Dimitri Payet. Dances past. Finds Enter Valencia. He should score, but Valencia, who's come on as a substitute for Victor Moses, lets that chance go awry. And wow, he looks, it's identical. Phenomenal likeness of Valencia. Another chance for him in the 85th minute, but his shot is once again saved by Schmeichel, and we do finish with a 1-1 draw. It's disappointing, you have to say. We deserved the victory. 11 shots. Schmeichel with some good chances, or saves of our chances, and Valencia with the goal that should have been in the 85th minute. Man of the match for me was Victor Moses. He was also top rated on our team besides Adrian. 7.7. I thought he played very well. 2 points for Dimitri Payet, who I thought played very well again, and 1 point for Diafra Sakho, our goal scorer, who is joint top rated on our outfield players with Moses. Following this game, we go straight into another matchup. We're taking on Bournemouth, another home game, this time against newly promoted the Cherries. We want to hopefully pop their Premier League cherry, if you want to, allow me the pun there, and just put an absolute drubbing on them. We want to bloody and batter them and run them out of the Boleyn ground. No question about it. It's a huge match for us, and we definitely need to put a whipping on them. Adrian in goal yet again. Jenkinson, Ogbonna, Reed, Cresswell. The only difference in our lineup, we've brought in Alex Song for Chiate. We've also brought in Valencia for Lanzini, who didn't play very well in the last game, if we have to say. He doesn't have a ton of pace, He's very tricky on the ball. His technical ability is unbelievable. Danger man for Bournemouth, obviously. Wilson, Atsu with a ton of pace out wide. Richie, another good wide player that we're going to have to contend with. But real thing with Valencia, he does offer a ton of pace and some good finishing quality that Lanzini doesn't have at this moment in time. So we want to have that pace with him and Moses on the wings that can allow us to be very lethal on the counterattack, such as right now. Moses does all the work himself. Everything was beautiful up until the finish when his shot was, in fact, blocked. Another good chance with Noble. Some lovely passing play into Sacco. He lays it off to Alex Song. Back through to Sacco. Sacco should score, but what a save by the Bournemouth keeper. And it's a penalty. The referee's given a penalty. Sacco was clattered over after his shot, and it deserved a goal, and we might, as of yet, still get a goal out of it. The passing was unbelievable. Noble to Sacco to Song. Back to Sacco. Lovely passing. Very tight corners. And Mark Noble, the man to step up and finish the penalty. Not the best penalty he's ever taken in his career, but they count all the same. Our captain, our skipper, the heart of the club, he's East London through and through, does come forward and gives us a 1-0 lead. Payet then whips the ball and looking for Winston Reid. It falls eventually to Sacco. Another good chance, and he's stopped by the keeper. The keeper is having a wonderful game to keep out Diafra Sacco. He's having an absolute blinder. Diafra Sacco with another good chance. He whips it in, looks for Noble, finds Moses here on the backside of the 18-yard box. He floats in. Noble with a header, and it's into the top netting. Not in the back of the net, unfortunately, and it's still 1-0 to West Ham. Please don't let us throw away a third straight lead. And Callum Wilson's equalized for Bournemouth in the 56th minute. This could be 3 straight 1-0 leads that we've given away. They keep getting earlier and earlier. They're not late losses, but really disappointing. Great chance for Moses, but it's straight down the throat of Federici. Makes an easy save. Bournemouth now, can they steal away the victory? Arter inside to Max Gradle, who's come on. He strikes it off the post behind Adrian, and Aaron Cresswell does clear up the mess. Payet now in the 77th minute, ranging forward. He sees the run of Mikel Antonio, who's come on for the inefficient Valencia. Antonio tries to finesse one, but it is deflected wide by Bournemouth. Another chance here for Payet. 85th minute. He dances through a defender. It's deflected and just over the top of the goal, and doesn't look like we will be seeing the deadlock broken. We share the points. Unfortunate, all back to square one, and it is a 1-1 draw. Wilson's goal cancels out Mark Noble's penalty, and it's 3 points from 3 games. We haven't lost yet, but we haven't won. It's another game I feel like we should have won. We outshot them. Possession was fairly even. I thought we had the dynamite chances, and we should have come up with the victory. Man of the match in this, Payet, no question about it. 7.8 rating. He was easily the best player on the pitch for us. 2 man of the match points go to Aaron Cresswell. I thought he was very dangerous getting up and down that left flank, and he also played well defensively. And 1 point for Victor Moses, who had another very, very solid game in the center of the park. Another mention goes to Mark Noble, I thought was very strong. But we take a look at some more training. Samuelson, Oxford again. Samuelson, you'll see, does go from 61 to 60 to 61 overall, so we have seen some progression there. And Oxford moving up to 70 overall, so that's absolutely phenomenal to see the progression on them. Oxford and Samuelson, we're definitely going to look to get involved in the cup games. And Oxford, honestly, the problem is we have so many good center backs now. Ogbonna, Reed, Tompkins, James Collins as well, that it's tough for him to break in there. And we have so many good holding midfielders as well. Noble, Keontae, Song, Obiang. Those are the 2 positions that he can play. And so he hasn't been able to break into the team as of yet, with the exception of a couple substitute appearances. So he did so well for us in preseason. I think he has to get into the team at some point eventually, but it's not going to be today. We do have a massive matchup away at Anfield against Liverpool. We haven't won here since 1956. It's going to be a tough task, but I think we have the players that can do it. Players to watch: Dimitri Payet. He's been an absolute stud. He's already picked up 8 Moose's Mighty Hammer points in our first 3 games. So he is the absolute talisman of our side right now, and he's looking to put on an absolute show. Liverpool coming out with 5 at the back. Lovren, Sacco, and Skirtle, with Klein and Moreno flanking them. Milner, Henderson, Firmino through the middle. Ings and Benteke up front. So some good attacking players, a bit negative from them at home for sure, but I think we have the players that would be able to break them down if at all possible. Sacco up front. Lanzini reinstated at the right winger position. Payet, of course, behind the striker, and Keontae comes back into the lineup as well. We've also brought in Tompkins to play at right back instead of Jenkinson, but Adrian, the hero of the match thus far, keeps out a James Milner free kick from about 30 yards with an unbelievable save. Go back and look at it because you're going to want to watch it all day long. What a stop from Adrian, and he's going to have to come up big again against Danny Ings. He steps out, and Adrian with the biggest hands since Andre the Giant. What a save that was from Adrian. Again from Danny Ings, and Adrian comfortable in goal behind it. 3 huge saves to keep us in the game. Let us get our feet wet and get really into the thick of things. Payet does have a free kick save, but Lanzini gets the ball from Tompkins. He skips around a defender into Cheku Kouyaté. He finds the out for Sacco. Tompkins has continued his run. He's in behind the defense. James Tompkins, the right back. He scored. What a finish. James Tompkins, West Ham Academy product. He's been with the club for so long, and he scored what could be a vital goal to give us our first win at Anfield in nearly 60 years. What a strike. Mignolet maybe could have done a bit better, but Tompkins sends the West Ham fans into raptures. They're singing bubbles in the terraces. It's an unbelievable goal, and it's 1-0 to West Ham. But Coutinho's come on as a sub. He hits it on the half volley, and Adrian does very well to keep it out. Kouyaté, though, into Tompkins. He's going to whip the ball, and he tries to find Diafra Sacco. He turns Lovren, I believe it was, and he's gone down. Dejan Lovren with another clattering mistake in his own 18-yard box. Sacco takes one touch to get the ball out of his feet. He goes to turn, try and get around Lovren. Lovren just goes straight through the back of him. It's a penalty, no question about it. Nobles come off the pitch, so Payet will be the man to take it. Dimitri Payet with a beautiful, beautiful finish, and that surely has to be the 3 points. West Ham on track for their first victory of this season. One last chance for Liverpool, though. Orige's come on as a sub. He whips in looking for Sacco's gone forward. His header's wide, and the referee blows the full-time whistle. It's a massive victory for West Ham. They're still undefeated on the season. We're in phenomenal form. 1 win, 3 draws from our opening 4 matches now. Dimitri Payet, man of the match performance. One would argue he's not going to be mine, but he played very, very well. He did win fantastic performance from FIFA. They know how well he played. But Adrian was my man of the match. I thought he was unbelievable. James Tompkins with the winning goal and very, very stout performance at right back, actually coming in for Jenkinson, who had been underwhelming. He does very well, does get 2 Moose's Mighty Hammer points and 1 point to the man who scored the penalty to seal the points for us, Dimitri Payet. Unbelievable performance. But we were under the cosh. You can see Liverpool with the shots advantage, with the possession advantage, and it was really due to the heroics of our Spanish stopper, Adrian. That was why we came away with the victory. Man of the match performance from FIFA. Man of the match performance from me. It was an unbelievable, unbelievable performance from the goalkeeper. He should be the best goalkeeper in FIFA. There's no question about it, in my opinion. But Sacco does pick up an injury in training. He'll be out for 3 days, so he won't miss any actual in-game fixtures, but he does pick up a slight knock. We also get our first scouting reports. Dwayne King and Kyle, I don't know what his name is, Cracknell is. He brings back a couple of players. We do find a couple of players that we do like. Connor Nelson looked very good. Pelly Coker looks solid. We had a couple of guys we did get rid of, but Connor Nelson looking very, very strong. So we're going to sign him to the youth team, and we're going to let everybody else get scouted. We'll then see what Cracknell brought in from Spain. Mateo Fuentes looks phenomenal, so we're going to bring him in as well. But after we look at the table, we're currently sitting in 11th, joint on 9th through our first 4 games. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I really hope you did enjoy it. Definitely send me some questions for the next press conference that we'll get going. And I can't wait to get this career mode really up and going. We're going to try and get episodes out fast and furious. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're enjoying it. We'll see you next episode, guys. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.